Starting with your knees a comfortable distance from your body and your feet hip width apart and feet pointing straight forward. You're trying to keep the pelvis still as possible as you drop one knee towards the floor, pushing the opposite heel in towards the mat to help stabilize. You're going to engage your core, you're going to neutral spine, dropping the other knee down nice and slowly, breathing out as you go down, in as you come back, breathing out through the mouth and in through the nose if possible. So really be aware here of what's happening with your pelvis. You're trying to keep it as still as possible, that the movement just comes from within the hip joint. If you go too far, your body is likely to tilt, your pelvis is likely to tilt. So really be aware of your body, keep it slow and controlled. And keep breathing as you move, moving with the breath. Bringing the knees up one at a time into tabletop, round the head off the ground as you hug in one knee and extend the other leg away at about 45 degrees, trying to keep the spine in neutral, or if you feel your back arching, imprint it into the mat. Alternating legs, breathing out as you extend the leg away and in through the nose as you return. So if you start to feel tension in your neck, please relax it down to the ground. If you feel like it, you can always lift it back up and continue with the head up, or leave it down. If you find that too hard, take the leg a little higher. Drop the head to the floor if you feel you need to, hugging one knee in, extending the other leg away. lying on your side with hips, knees, feet and shoulders stacked, head relaxed either into your hand or with the arm out straight and a pillow or towel under your neck. You're going to lift the leg. Think of lifting, leading with the heel. The foot should be parallel with the floor, and it's the outside of the thigh that you're feeling, outside of the hip and thigh that you're feeling work, not the front of the thigh. So the front of the thigh should be facing towards me, and you're feeling that along where the seam of your trouser is or would be if you have a seam. Watch that you extend that top foot away, that you're not letting your waist drop down. And if you find you're wobbling all over the place and maybe leaning back, then bend the bottom leg, but try and keep a nice straight line from the heel through the hip up to the shoulder. Only do as many as you're comfortable doing. If you feel that your foot's beginning to slide forward or you're turning your toes and thigh, front of the thigh up towards the sky, then rest. You can always do more next time. Coming up onto all fours, either as I am down on the elbows, or you can put the hands directly underneath your shoulders. Whichever version, you need your knees directly underneath your hips to give yourself plenty of space. And you're going to take your right leg back behind you and push the heel towards the sky, squeezing the buttocks. You're trying to keep the rest of the torso as still as possible and feel that squeeze in your buttocks. Stretch back into child's pose for a quick release before we change sides. Changing sides. At the moment, following an injury last July, I'm struggling quite badly with my back, so I've not got the best demonstration here. Think of pushing the heel towards the sky as long as you're feeling it in your buttocks. Remember, it's not a very big move. You're coming up to parallel with the body, not trying to go beyond that, and feeling that squeeze in your bum or your glutes. So lying down on your other side with your left leg on the top this time, we're going to do the straight leg lifts. Remember, top leg needs to be straight, head and upper body relaxed. If you feel you're unbalanced, you can always bend the bottom leg slightly just for support, and you're keeping the outer thigh towards the sky. And in your head, think of leading with the heel. We're not turning the toes down directly to the floor, but make sure that your hip isn't rotated to send your thigh towards the sky. Do as many as you're comfortable doing. The slower you do it, the harder it will be, so you may do less. Go at your own pace, and remember, when you've had enough, you rest and bring that leg in front and stretch through. You're breathing out as you lift the leg up, in as you come back down, in through the nose, out through the mouth. lying on your back, feet hip width apart, and a comfortable distance from the body, you're going to take your left arm up, touch your hand to your left ear, elbow to the floor. Your right hand you're going to reach towards the left knee, lifting your shoulder towards the knee and coming back down, sliding up and down. We're going to do around 8 of these, but do stop sooner if you feel you need to today. And now change into the other side. Take the right hand behind the ear and reach the left hand towards the right knee. Try and keep your neck relaxed. Think of lifting the shoulder towards the opposite knee and keep the head in line. We're going to do another set of those, so back to the first side. And change sides. Taking your legs straight up in the air, you are going to pull a straight leg towards you and allow the other leg to drop away. I'm dropping mine quite a long way down towards the floor. It's fine to just take it a very small way, but try and keep the leg that you're pulling towards you as straight as you can. Keep the hands above or below the knee, protect your joints. Ideally for this exercise, the shoulders and head are off the ground, but any time it feels too much, relax your head down onto the mat. This is a modified version of the corkscrew, so we're going to keep it fairly small. If you are able to, you're going to take your legs straight up in the air. The feet should be directly above the pelvis, not away from the body. So if your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees in the version in the right hand corner. And all you're going to do is do little circles in the air, as if you're circling around a ball. And then you're going to turn back in the other direction. 2 or 3 in one direction and return back in the other direction. If you feel that's pulling on your back and your back is arching away from the floor, you need to make that a little smaller. And you might want to bend your knees down and do the easier version. The harder version is a lot bigger and you're taking the feet a lot closer to the ground, but you need to be really in control of your lower back. You have an awful lot of abdominal strength. So if you decide to do that, tilt your pelvis by putting your hands under your buttocks and flatten your back into the mat before you take it any larger.